In the bid of making agriculture one of the major sources of income to the nation by present administration of President Muhammadu Buhari, maize growers, processor and marketers association of Nigeria (MAGPAMAN) held a maiden roundtable workshop in Abuja, Federal Capital Territory, with state chairmen and major stakeholders in the agricultural sector. The national president, Dr. Edwin Uche, in his response to newsmen, emphasizes on the need why Nigerians should see agriculture as a lucrative business which can be used to sustain that good life anyone could ask for. He also used the medium to commend federal government and CBN for their support towards agriculture through Anchor Borrowers program.
Today we are having a national engagement with all our stakeholders across the country and also our service providers on how best to improve on what we have done in 2020 as it has to do with Anchor Borrower program and other development programs that we're participating in. So the meeting is a high profile one. It's very, very important. It's very necessary because as an association, we need to keep building on the success story of what we have recorded in the past. As you are aware, in the year 2020, the CBN funded over 50,000 farmers under the MAGPAMAN CBN Anchor Borrower program. Over 50,000 of our farmers benefited in the Anchor Borrower program. And as I speak to you, we are also working with these farmers to ensure that they will recover the loans advanced to them under the Anchor Borrower program. And outside that, we also have other existing programs of the CBN, like the Anchor Borrower program 2021 and the AFJP program of Anchor Borrower program 2021, which as an association will be participating in. So for us, this meeting is very strategic. It's a highly technical meeting. One, to review where we are in the past program, what are the pitfalls, what are the challenges, what are the gaps we identified, and also possibly to see how best we could be able to bridge these gaps that existed in the year program, so as to be able to make the best out of the future programs. So that's exactly why we've got for this meeting. The meeting is going to be taking two phases. We have the public place where our farmers need to be educated, our managers at the state level need to be educated on best practices in applying the maize, usage of the maize, usage of agrochemicals, Aflasafe and other things. We had to bring these people to make these presentations because we identified there was gap in that area of seed management, in the area of agrochemical applications across the board, even when we have advanced training, and also in the area of basically technology, even when we are deploying technology in the program. So that's exactly what it is. So it's highly technical, it's highly necessary that we have this constant engagement with our stakeholders and also prepare our people for the next season. As an association, value addition is key. You don't get the best out of any commodity without adding value. And like our name implies, Maize Growers, Processors and Marketers Association of Nigeria, we are committed to value addition to maize. So we are committed to ensuring that not just that our farmers grow maize, we also engineer those who are into processing in our maize to be able to process this maize to a product that can help scale up value. So that with that we can be able to make more money from the derivative of maize. So value addition is key, and we are preaching that. We are passionate about it. We are committed to ensuring that our people embrace it because we believe it's the way to go.
Other state chairmen and stakeholders present had their views on the importance of agriculture in nation building and in creation of more job opportunities. Joseph Onoko reporting for Bojtvng, Abuja.
Our chairman need to understand that what we are being given is loan. The CBN has advanced loan through the Anchor Borrower program to our association, to our members. And as chairmen who are custodian of this program at the state level, they must be able to understand that as a loan advanced to the farmers in their respective states, in their respective the local government in their respective states, this loan as advanced must also be recovered, because it is a revolving fund. And they must also understand that this loan, if recovered, they will be able to participate in subsequent programs. As a loan, it must be advanced, it must be recovered, and not just being advanced, it must be advanced genuinely. The farmers, the leadership at the state level must understand the critical role of giving the farmers what was mapped out for them when necessary, and also monitor the process. There's one thing about advancing credit, there's another thing about monitoring the credit management process, there's another thing about credit recovery process. So if we have given a loan to the farmers and go to sleep as state chairman, as local government coordinators, the farmers will feel that nobody is monitoring them enough. So for that reason, they might go back without doing enough. But as state chairmen and local government coordinators, once you have been able to get this input as assigned to your state based on the content of the program, you should be able to monitor these farmers and work collaboratively with the service providers identified to work with your state, so that the farmers will be able to do farm accordingly and also achieve the right yield.
What you have seen today, we are passing through a difficult time of our country, and it borders on insecurity. Whether insecurity or no insecurity, we must eat. And I want to assure you, the leaders in this country, they have taken this matter very, very serious. And from what we have seen these days, there's little improvement on this matter. So, side by side, farmers across the country, they are ready and they are following up with the events of reducing the insecurity or eradicating the insecurity in this country, because that is the bottom line. But I am assuring you, I am a farmer. As you see me, I am coming from my farm this morning, and I know I left some people that are still working for me in my farm right now. So as it is reducing, people are moving into these areas and they are doing their farming activities. Yes. It is really unfortunate. We have been facing this unfortunate situations, but we thank God that our leaders are not sleeping and they are responding to situations as it is today, and we are forging ahead. The issue of food insecurity, as you are seeing it, is more or less a global issue. Global issues are centered around the COVID-19 pandemic and its own challenges it poses to people. So we are facing these two major challenges in this country, in the world generally. We have the issue of COVID-19 pandemics, and over to us here, it is the insecurity that is making it. We are being here and here. The pandemics is not allowing you to move around. The pandemics is keeping you home. The pandemics is also telling you that there's a problem and you must attend to that problem of pandemics.
Harvest Field Industries Limited, manufacturers of agrochemicals and biopesticides and biocontrol agents in Nigeria. We are partners to MAGPAMAN. Well, it's because it's a stakeholders meeting and a planning meeting for the 2021 wet season, and it is good for us to be here to judge on how best we can support MAGPAMAN vision of transforming maize production in Nigeria. And we worked with them last year on our technology, and which was very successful. So we are here also to support and to pledge our continuous passing on the technology, the training for their farmers nationwide. Well, it has affected everyone because farmers cannot go to their farm. Some have planted, they cannot go back there to harvest, and also even to maintain the farm. But I know for me, it's a matter of time. The government is doing their best to ensure that this is put behind us. I'm sure they will know that this wet season 2021 is very important. Last year, COVID affected us. We cannot afford banditry also to affect us, or herdsmen, farmers crisis. Otherwise, there will be food crisis in Nigeria. So the government are doing their best, and everybody, they are all putting their heads together. I'm sure the outing for 2021 will be better than last year.
Stakeholder Nigeria, okay, the house of quality seed for bumper harvest in Nigeria event. Okay, so fundamentally we understand what MAGPAMAN wants to do. which is about raising the productivity of farmers and the income of farmers. And we know that at the end of the day, the potential for this productivity lies with the seed. So for MAGPAMAN to be successful, we see it fit for us to partner with them as a house of hybrid in Nigeria, because we know if you have the right seed, you are sure with the right agronomy practice of getting the right yield. So I think is a partnership that is symbiotic, because we provide the right seed with the right science, and MAGPAMAN is able to get the desired yield. Fundamentally, farming should be seen as a business. For us, it's clear, and that all these inputs, they are necessary for them to get the desired yield. Okay, and looking at the market forces today, it means that the more you do, the more you cultivate, the better for you. And for them too, I will also encourage them to also encourage the other farmers to participate in this scheme, more importantly, and participation from end to end, right from input assessment down to the marketing, so that they're also able to get serious value from their produce. I think is very critical, so that they see it as a business. Being a business means that it will improve their livelihood, apart from improve their productivity, but their livelihood, and they're able to aspire to do many other things.
We decided to identify with MAGPAMAN because if you look at the way agriculture is going in Nigeria, you have to work with farmers at the grassroots, and then MAGPAMAN is working with farmers at the grassroots. So they do Ancoboros program too. They share inputs to farmers to encourage farmers in cultivating maize in particular. So we, as a major agrochemical company in Nigeria, we partner with them to supply these inputs, the agrochemicals, the fertilizers, as well as the technology support. We give them technology support. So it's a place to be, it's a place to partner with. Okay, so MAGPAMAN, they deal with the grassroots farmers, and that is where the farming is happening. So partnering with them, we will give them quality inputs, quality herbicides, pesticides, foliar fertilizer, and the technology.
Skyborn, we have been the official partner of MAGPAMAN right from the inception of MAGPAMAN. We've been working together, providing them with digital technology, providing them with MIE, aggregation, and extension services. We're in the age of technology. You cannot do anything this day without using technology. It makes every other thing easy and faster. It helps you to scale. Running any business today or doing anything today without technology is like punishing yourself or going back to Stone Age. You know, technology makes everything faster, easier, and better.
Today's program stands a very significant one. It's a program that determines exactly where the picture of MAGPAMAN is. We've done 2020 wet season program, and today we are trying to see the possibility of arranging for 2021 program. We want to see the possibility of getting our stakeholders, the partners, and any other one to be able to come together so that we can discuss extensively how do we go forward to strengthen the position of MAGPAMAN at this very young time, so that to see the possibility of getting the MAGPAMAN farmers to commence farming season. So for this very time, it is very necessary that we have to come together. The key of our coming together is very necessary, because without this gathering today, it will become impossible for us to alliance ourselves, collaborate with ourselves, and partner with our partners to make sure that we get reasonable deliberation that will create greater provision for us to embark on the 2021 wet season program.
First of all, I'll have to appreciate my national president, whom God has divinely given this divine mandate to elevate poverty and to also increase food sustainability in Nigeria, because he's endowed with all what it takes for Nigeria to succeed and to come out of maize scarcity. So actually we started like it was our first time of outing, and it was tremendous because a lot of states did well despite all the challenges that the inputs, some came late, some came on time, but we did well. And most of the states that they thought they could not plant maize before, in the southeast, they did tremendously well, and there was surplus of maize all over those southeast, southwest, and in the northern states. Actually, banning of importation of maize, we will have enough. The major challenge we have is the insecurity problem in this country, and if that is handled, there is no doubt with this, with the strategy that our national president has put in place, there is going to be bountiful harvest of maize, and Nigerians can sustain this country with maize production.
As what the speaker said in the ongoing program here, they said it all honestly. Preparation is the key to success pertaining the maize production. So with the early steps and the level we are taking now to have a distribution of the input at the early level to the farmers, honestly, going by the previous experience of the 2020, we are hoping to have a full bonfire harvest with an excellent production as we prepared for it. Honestly, as what the policy said, you are expecting to have at least 75 upward. We are targeting to have not less than anything 90 to 95% production in Jigawa State. That's our plan. The challenges, if I can recall, some part of it was the mighty COVID-19 issue. Honestly, going by the considering the situation so far, it is no longer as problematic as before. With all the fact that we cannot say it is out 100%, that's one. Secondly, there is security challenges, and we thank God with that. But my state, in particular, Jigawa State, will have a good record track of having a peaceful environment. Sadly, there is issue of flooding and drought. That's the natural disasters. Well, I took the leadership after the distribution of the input last year, around at the middle of August. And it happens for me to be there simply because of the incapacity of the previous administration. And honestly, we come to analyze things, and we carry the previous leadership, coupled with the support from the national body, especially Mr. President. We sat down, we analyze, and we evaluate things. At the end of the day, we come across the concrete process that we can achieve our ways. As I said, the security challenges are the main core, COVID-19. Then in Jigawa State, we refer it to the flooding issue. So we have the riverine locations because all the 27 local government is specified by us in our office. So we have the riverine locations which we are going to give them a relief activities this time around to upland areas to avoid the, at least to manage the issue of the flooding. Secondly, going by the variety of the maize to be provided by the CDCO, we go to the far northern part of the Jigawa State because we have 3 distribution locations or senatorial area, that the central, the south, and the north. So by the north, we are going to have an early variety of maize which will come up within the cycle of 110 days maximum. For any related, more especially in the central area of those Gwaram, Burun Kudu axis, that's where we can have a late variety which can give you at least a maximum of 10 to 12 hectares of tons per hectare, which honestly that's how we distributed Jigawa. And at the same time, Jigawa Central, I said the north and the east. Jigawa East is they are not having any issue because that's where you can match both the irrigation process and the wet season process. So for that you can apply any variety you decided. At the end of the day you can support your harvesting with irrigation process. So to us that's how we analyze Jigawa, and by God willing the issue of drought is no longer there because we applied the early stage. Then the issue of flooding, we now consider the riverine and apply the required variety.
The program is well designed to increase the output because it is not easy to aggregate farmers, and it's not easy to aggregate inputs, and it's not easy to access funds. So these are combined in the program of MAGPAMAN, and we believe that all things being equal, if we are able to continue like this, we are going to be free and self-sufficient in maize production. And other people making use of maize will have products to sustain their lifeline. Use cannot be forced, but use can be influenced through the productivity of farmers and the outlook of the farmers. For example, now, I was born by a farmer. I graduated in agriculture. I traveled far and wide on agriculture. So any youth seeing me, how I've been progressing, would like to be informed about what I've been doing to make my life better. So with an improved lifestyle, with improved productivity, for example now, a farmer who could only grow 1 hectare of maize and have 2 tons, what is the revenue per year? But the same 1 hectare can produce 10 tons, which means the productivity is times 5. You know, purchasing power will be increased. His welfare will improve. The way of caring for his family will be better and will be able to be more relevant in the society.
Maize happens to be one of the staple food that we consume so much in Africa, not only Nigeria, in Africa. And emphasis has been on how do we secure maize production? How do we meet the demand for maize? Because the demand is so humongous and the production cannot or is not meeting the demand for now. Hence, we have been importing maize. We've been talking about unemployment. Maize can create an avenue for us to actually employ many more youths who are interested in farming because the market is there. A producer will always be worried if there's no market for whatever he produces, but I'm telling you that maize is in huge demand in Nigeria now. So coming together now, we want to do a review of what happened last year, doing a critical appraisal of our performances, the challenges we have, and then look for a way out of it and move forward, because we are about going into a new season which we will need to deliberate on and come up with solutions so that what befell us last year, at least the one we can handle, it won't affect us again this year. There's always a way to start. There's always how do I put it now? There's always if the will is there, definitely the result will be there. What are we saying here now is that we can always perform better if the will is there, if all hands are on deck, and if we have the general support of everybody concerned, stakeholders, the bankers, central bank, Ministry of Agric, and people in general. If all of us work together and with determination, I am telling you, we could do it. We've been having this before. There was time we were having maize pyramid, we were having granite pyramid, all those things in Nigeria before. But because we mistook the advent of getting oil, crude oil, and we abandoned our agric, we are all now in the problem of shortage of most of this food stuff. But I'm telling you that if all of us work together, it's achievable. It is achievable.
Please do follow us on our social media platform for more updates and comments. On Facebook, Bojtvng Media Communications Limited. On Twitter, BOJ_TV. On WhatsApp 0703-477-8568. Our email polyjoymedia@yahoo.com. For more updates from BOJ TV, kindly click on the subscribe button and the notification bell sign beside.